Hey guys, it's Brandon Davenport from TechHelp.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a really neat app called Flipboard. It's just interesting. I like it, and I'll tell you why in a minute, but first let's open it up and see what you think of it. So, we're going to load it up here, and as you'll notice when you load Flipboard, you'll get this really interesting home screen of stuff, and you can, sort of click through this different stuff. And then if you flip over, you'll have some more stuff. And then if you click this, you'll get some more stuff. And you're probably wondering, what the heck is all this stuff?
Because it knows who your friends are.
Well, what this stuff is it's basically content that people from your Twitter stream, from your Facebook groups.
Your Flipboard connects to your social networks and gathers all the good stuff your friends are sharing.
It takes all that and aggregates it. Instead of having to look through a bunch of text entries in Twitter or a bunch of status updates on Facebook, it goes directly to the source of what your friends are talking about and what your friends are interested in, and organizes it in a magazine-style layout. You got different things right off the bat that they've included. You got Flip Tech, Flip Style, Flip Photos, and Inside Flipboard. So this is, the team behind Flipboard. And let's just go through some really simple things about the app. Let's take a look at Flip Tech.
I know I can always find something good in Flip Tech, for instance.
So basically what we'll treat this as is basically my friends are talking about this content, they're interested in this content, and they're wanting me to look at this content. So let's take a look at this. So we click on a story. It loads up like this. So it loads up the full story. You can, zoom in to make the text a little different. You can move it around. But what's really interesting is being able to reply to the author, being able to log into Twitter and add a reply, or be able to like it on Facebook. Or share it through an email. So this is really interesting, and they've really taken a nice simple approach to different ways of taking stuff that your friends have shared and then share it again, thus creating a chain effect. And we want to go into portrait mode. We can pick up the iPad. Oops, I locked the screen. There, and then switch into portrait mode, and you can see the story changes for portrait mode and again changes for landscape mode. What's really neat about Flipboard, though, is the ability to enjoy multiple types of content. And one outlying thing that they've really focused on is photos. And if you look at the photos that people are sharing, you can see that the load up this app's nice and snappy, and you can look through different photos. So right now we're looking at the oil spill in Dalian, China. So right now, if we click on a photo, it'll load up the photo. Again, I can share it just like I do with any article. There's the tweet that it originated from, and it originated from the Big Picture. So the Big Picture tweeted this, and there we go. It's just nice to be able to see something like this in a news application that's populated not by what you've chosen, but populated by what your friends have chosen and what they're recommending to you, and mixing and matching those elements in different ways, which I think this app does very well. And what's really interesting is you're not ball and chained to your friends. You can also choose news yourself to look at. If there's something really niche-y that you like to do, but your friends don't really like to do it, you can find it on your own. So let's say we want to look at Tech Help, for instance. So if we search Tech Help, what it'll do is it'll search people on Twitter and people on Facebook and different tastemakers that you'd be interested in following. Looking at the more aesthetics, design elements, and the core interface itself, this app is really, really snappy. I really enjoy the iBooks style navigation down here at the bottom, and also the ability to control it just like a physical object. And the appeal of it's really nice, being able to just control like this. It's a bit more of an eye candy thing, but I really enjoy it, knowing that I'm able to do this, because it just adds that extra element of realism to the app.
This is my iPad.
So you're probably wondering what I think of Flipboard. Well, I sort of think it's something that Twitter, Facebook, and different companies like that should be looking at it right now and going, why didn't we think of doing this first? Like, the whole reason why social media was created was to change the way that people enjoy content on the web, and not relying on single sources like blogs or newspapers, but being able to explore different things based on what their friends enjoy. And taking that and what they're trying to fight against, and marrying it together in this beautiful app really starts to experiment with what online content should be. And you look at these websites like Reddit and Dig and stuff, and it sort of feels like a contained community in a way. But what this app does is it takes communities that already exist and helps aggregate stuff from them. Some things I don't like about the app is there's not a lot of things I don't like about the app. I just wish it had a bit more fit and polish in the UI and some of the design elements. And maybe like when you load up the home screen, sometimes you get not a photo, but you get like a weird some weird text on a photo or an actual article on the home screen, and the text is blurred, and I don't get that. But other than some subtle like UI changes that could be made or whatever, I really think this is a first step into an area that could be insanely successful in marrying these two, single source newspaper blogs and social media, bringing them together, and I think that's really special. So all in all, I give this app probably about an 8 out of 10. Like, it's amazing, and you can read our full review over at techhelp.com. It should be one of the featured articles by now, and if it isn't, then we should get off our asses and start writing it, because this deserves a good review. So yeah, that's the app, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm twitter.com/itsbrandond. And if you want to follow TechHelp on Twitter, go to twitter.com/techhelp. That's 3's instead of E's. You gotta remember that, or else you're gonna end up at some crazy site. So yeah, take care, you guys.
Your Flipboard connects to your social networks and gathers all the good stuff your friends are sharing. And it knows what you care about because it knows who your friends are. This is my iPad. While your friends do the work of sharing the good stuff, so you'll always have more good stuff waiting next time you open it. The stuff you care about all in one place.